I'm here with Leslie Rogalski and colorful chevron bracelets. These are really fun to make.
They are totally fun to make. And a single shape mixed with all the different colors, and then you bring in other seed beads and shapes. So the graphic impact is so wonderful with these chevron-shaped beads.
Leslie, I love the way you always bring us graphic designer projects.
It's in my blood.
You can't help it. I think it's fantastic. That's great. And the way that you combine these colors and shapes together, definitely graphic impact, and definitely makes it easy to create too, because you don't have to do a lot of engineering.
No, that's true. The shapes themselves are the stars of the show. These are 2-hole beads, and they just are fun. They make a statement right away. You need fewer of them than the little tiny beads.
Sure.
So
they string up
and
fast.
they come in a lot more colors even than I was able to show today.
I'm sure.
It's really fun to put together.
Okay, well, what do we do to get started?
So I'm working with a cord that has a needle attached. And the reason I'm doing this is because sometimes you want to add another color, and the cord itself can only go through each bead once. So if you have a regular needle and you're stringing through, you're going to have two widths of the thread. It would be really a challenge to get them through some of these. So in order to use some of the shaped beads, I'm using a cord that has a needle attached. And the cords themselves also come in a lot of colors. So you're bringing in another element, another design element.
Definitely.
I'm going to preserve the needle end so that I can get more than one use out of it, the length of it, by pulling all my beads down to the end and leaving about a 7-inch piece. So I've strung the beads like this
so
already.
You just went through one
I just
hole.
went through one of the 2 holes in the chevron and the gem duo, and then I've strung a little size 8 in between. So those are the 3 beads here. And I played around to see what would fill up the space. And I put a little spring on the end. And I'm going to cut now an equal length at the other end. So I have the length with the needle still with plenty left over.
Oh, you don't
plenty left over.
So you don't need your needle again to pass back through?
I will, but I don't need to leave it attached.
I see.
So I'm just going to center this so I know that I have the same amount, and I'm just going to snip it right there and pull that aside and lay out my beads again and make sure they're facing the right direction for when I'm going to sew down the other side. Now, to keep myself from losing my beads, right now I'm just going to put another stopper right there, right onto the cord. And you can use silk or nylon here, and it doesn't matter if they're not snug yet. Now I'm going to find my needle end and start stringing back, and just to be safe, I'm going to put another stopper on the very end of it, just in case.
Yeah, that's
Better
really
safe
frustrating
than
when your
sorry.
beads slide off.
Right.
What size cord are you using?
This is size 6 of the cord. Now I could just cut another length and leave it at that, making sure I had enough with my needle. Now I'm just going to go back through. Now the 2-hole beads are already strung, so I just have to sew through.
Just the one hole?
The one hole, but I'm going to need to pick up another size 8. That's the extra.
Okay.
All right. So how about this? Let's do this. I'm going to cut my end, but I made sure I had enough to equal here, and I'm going to leave enough to equal here and snip that. And I'm going to use my bead stopper to hold both of them now. So I'm going to string up. Just to reflect what I just did, I need another 8. Then I'm going through the gem duo and the next chevron, like this.
All right.
And I'm going to continue all the way up till I have my whole length strung, like this.
Okay.
Make an overhand knot with both cords.
Your basic knot.
Your basic knot. Same here. Then we have this cool smart bead that's a perfectly round bead that's lined with silicone, so it has a little tension. You're going to use a big-eyed needle to slide the cords through, and then you're going to crisscross. This makes an adjustable closure. So I have the other 2 in a big-eyed needle, which is a needle with the whole eye, and I'm going to go through the other way, making sure I don't pierce the thread. So I'm pushing up and I'm gonna bring my other cords through. And if it's a little snug, help yourself out.
Use your pliers.
Use your pliers to pull it through. My hands are slippery. There we go.
There you go.
And you have a crisscross closure.
Nice.
The next step is to do a twisty thing with the ends to make the two cords one. In the direction of the coil, you're going to twist it, one of them, until it starts to kink up on itself. Hold it. Twist the other one in the same direction as the coil till it kinks up on itself. Bring them together, don't let them untwist. Then together you're going to twist them in the opposite direction.
Okay, so this is the direction that you would have been unwinding.
That's correct.
Okay. But
this makes the two cords one. You're going to make an overhand knot at the end. You can dab your knot with glue if you want. Okay. And I would use something that has a little viscosity to it, a thickness to it, a goopiness to it, nothing too runny. Now, you can take a crimp cover and cover that knot to make it nice and clean. So if your knot is glued nice, there, I'm just gonna close that up.
Just cover it up.
You can leave a little fringe. Now, if you want to, you can make this really tassel-y. Or if you've glued it, let it dry, trim it, and you have a nice clean end. And you're gonna do the same to the other side. So you have an adjustable closure.
That's great. It is perfectly adjustable.
It is. And there's so many different variations. This uses the gem duo in the size 8s again. You can vary the way you pattern them together. Some of the bracelets that I bought to show you, I played around with the exact same beads in different configurations and colors, so you can really make those graphic patterns.
Yeah, those are really fun. So what do you think about like this one, for example, that has the silver and the copper and the gold? Those are pointing away from each other.
Yes.
Whereas the one that you showed us, they're all pointing in the same direction.
These are all pointing in the same direction. I've created like a little motif in some of them, so you can repeat it. So the chevrons actually face together and then are spaced apart with seed beads, and then I have another motif that spaces them apart. So you can create all the patterns you want. I put the gem duo in between two facing into each other and then added seed beads. And pick the colors of the cords that will accent. It will show and hang down, and you have silver and gold.
And because your needle's already attached to the cord, you can, I mean, that really makes all these designs possible.
Yes, you can make 2 bracelets at least
out of
a single length. It gives you a lot. That's
nice.
Right.
Well, this is a great idea, Leslie. Thank you so much. I always love having you, and you always bring great ideas for us.
Another stackable bracelet.
Appreciate
there you go.
it. Very trendy.
Yeah.
Good and colorful.